Hello you guys, and welcome to another last minute reading vlog. So today is July 3rd, or tonight is July 3rd, today's almost over. And I'm a bit late in starting this, but I've actually decided to vlog the entire month of July because there's a lot going on. July is the month of the Book Junkie Trials and the Search for the Bookie Grail, so it's a great readathon hosted by Rachel at Rachel Marie Book Junkie. So I'm going to be vlogging my reading for that, but I'm also participating in Camp NaNoWRIMO this month, which I just decided to do on Monday, so it's kind of crazy, but so far it's going very well. I haven't been this inspired to write since NaNoWRIMO last year, so this has been going quite swimmingly so far. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of an intense month, but I wanted to document it for you guys and let you know how it's going. As of right now, for the Book Junkie Trials, this is my TBR, like right there. It's kind of massive. I'm gonna try every single challenge, which I think I'm insane, but whatever. I usually read quite a bit when I'm up at my cottage, and I'm going up to the cottage in week after next, so that's exciting. It's gonna be a little crazy, but I'm gonna bring like the biggest books on this TBR up to the cottage, and it's gonna be great. I'm also gonna be writing a lot while I'm up at the cottage because it's the perfect place to write. There's no internet, there's no power, it's just like you out in the woods, and got no neighbors, not much to do. It's not gonna be many people up there this year, so it's a perfect time to write. As of right now, I'm about, let me check the exact numbers for you guys because I'm curious right now. I've been doing very well every day for writing. I've made my goal for Camp NaNoWRIMO to reach 50,000 words in my manuscript. Oh, it's in use on my other computer, so I can't look at it right now. No worries. Anyway, I started with just under 27,000 words, and right now I've surpassed 30,000 words now. I've written over 1,000 words, or around 1,000 words every day so far this month, but my goal to reach 50 is only 800 a day. So I'm ahead by at least a day already. Like, I'm way ahead right now, and it's been going really well. I've managed to plot out the entire second act of the story, which is like really happy and really like motivating for me because now I know exactly what's going on. I can get to it, and I know what I'm writing, so it makes it a lot easier. But I need to kick it up with the reading. Reading is taking a back burner right now just because I'm working full-time, so it's a little bit busy. I'm going to try and finish my first read of the readathon, which is An Enchantment of Ravens. I'm on Team Scribes, so the first location that I have to reach on the map is Dwarf Mountain, and that prompt is to read romance, or read something with a hint of romance. So I'm reading An Enchantment of Ravens. I'm loving it so far. I think it's really sweet. I read Sorcerer of Thorns last month, and I really enjoyed it, so I was really looking forward to finally picking up An Enchantment of Ravens. I've had it on my TBR for like ever. And so far so good. I'm really liking it. I love Rook. I think he's hilarious. Like, the way he goes back and forth between like being like a petulant little child to being like this haughty, like uptight, polite fair folk, I think is really funny. And I love Isabel. I love her character. I love her personality. I think she's incredible. Gadfly is hilarious as well, which I love. It's just great so far. I'm planning to finish that tonight because I'm over halfway and it's only 300 pages, so I think I can finish that tonight. It's already like 9:45 and I should probably be in bed already, but I'm not, so oh well. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to introduce this vlog and get it going. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I enjoy watching me lose my mind over the next month, but oh well. I figured out today that if I keep going at the rate that I've been writing lately, like around 1,200 words a day, I'll be done my book by the beginning of September, which is kind of insane. Just thinking about it makes me smile, makes me like get all jittery and stuff. I can't quite fathom that. I've been dreaming about it for so long that like the fact that I'm so close is insane to me. But anyway, let's see if it's literally just me reaching 100,000 words, which I mean it might be less than that at the end of the day, but I could be done my story by the end of the summer, which I mean would make the rest of it much easier because I'm going into doing my master's next year, and I'd love to have the story done so I can just like go through revisions and edits while I'm still in school, so it's not as hectic and not as intimidating to me. But yeah, anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go get ready for bed, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you know tomorrow what's going on, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Hey guys, so today is Thursday, July 4th. Happy 4th of July to all the Americans that are out there. Have fun. But I just wanted to come on here and say that I finally finished a book for the book Junkie trials. It's been 4 days and I'm already behind, but whatever. This afternoon I finished An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, and I adored this book. I love the characters, I love the world, I love the way that Margaret Rogerson handled fae and fairies. It really reminded me of like traditional like English and Celtic folklore and like medieval lit, like things like Spencer's Fairy Queen and that kind of stuff, and it made my little medieval lit loving heart sing. Like, I was really enjoying it. I think her way of describing fae was just so on point. Like, it was simultaneously she was able to capture their beauty and their like affinities with nature and their magic and the way their world worked, but like making it so simultaneously beautiful and grotesque and like terrifying at the same time. I'm so impressed with how she managed to do that, because like it had me both like really happy or like and like also cringy at the same time, but it was like it was perfect for what they are, like, and how she characterized them. I just adored it, the way that nature moved in this and how the world and the landscape changed to fit their needs and to become a part of their story was incredible. I just thought it was so good. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I just adored it. And I can't believe it's over. I'm really sad because it's just a standalone, but I wish there was more. But I think it ended on a great note, and the main character, Isabel, was such a little badass. She was so fierce and so like determined, and like didn't take no for an answer. I know I say this a lot, but there's like this traits a lot, but it was true. She was incredible and like very independent, very straightforward, very standoffish in a good way, and I really liked her. Thought she was great. She handled herself very well. Yeah, just wanted to update you guys on that. I'm about to start writing for the day. It's about 7:30. I'm already like pretty much done. I'm gonna go down and make my lunch and stuff now so that I don't have to do it later, and then just sit down and write for the night and get my 1,200 words in. I managed to film 2 videos this afternoon, which I'm really happy about. I'm going to try and pre-film about 4, because when I'm away at the cottage, it's going to be encompassing 2 Fridays and a Monday, or 2 Fridays and Monday, and I'll be coming back late on the next Sunday, so like I want to have that video for Monday done as well. There's going to be one Monday where I don't have a reading vlog out, which kind of sucks, but it'll just be like, I'll just make up for it the next week, just because I'm not going to have internet, so there's not going to be any way for me to combine all the footage and everything, so there's nothing I can do until I get home. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys, and yeah, I think the next book that I'm going to read, actually I think I'm going to invoke my ability for scribe already. The book that I chose for the Apothecary Towers, which was to pick a random book on my bookshelf, was A Conjuring of Light, but I think I'm going to substitute it for another book, because that's my ability. I can do that. I can change my TBR. I think I'm going to substitute it with Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody, just because I've been dying to read this ever since I got my hands on it. I just like hauled it, and I'm really excited to read it, and I really just want to do it. So I think I'm going to skip it, or skip, oh my god, A Conjuring of Light for now, and move on to Ace of Shades, and I'll get back to the World of a Darker Shade of Magic later on in the summer. But this will be my next read, and I'm excited. So you guys, today is Friday, July the 5th, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. So I worked again today, so that's why I'm kind of like wet. I just showered, and I've just been hanging out for the last little bit, but last night I ended up writing over 1,300 words, so I'm still on track, which is very exciting. According to my Camp NaNoWRIMO goal, I'm like 2 days ahead right now, so that's nice. But according to the being done by September, I am still on track, so that's exciting. I'm feeling really good about it. Like, since I've like solidified the next like act of my outline, I feel a lot better about where the story's going, and like that it's got a better direction right now. So it's a lot easier to write, obviously. I want to go through and spend some time either this weekend or when I'm at my cottage next week, going a bit more in depth with each of the characters, like getting really into each of all their heads and writing everything out. I bought myself a new notebook. It's really pretty. See? Look how cute. And I'm excited to fill it up full of character details and brainstorming. I'm going to bring my computer to do my actual writing, so that's nice. But this will just be for other stuff for just for me. In terms of reading, I'm lost my bookmark, but I'm about just under halfway through Ace of Shades, maybe closer to a third. And I'm really loving it right now. I like can't put it down. I just started it this morning and I'm obsessed. It's so good right now. The writing is intoxicating. Like I just keep wanting more. I understand why people love it so much, and I'm really happy I changed my TBR for it, to be honest. I'm using it as my scribe ability in order to change my TBR, and I'm using it as just a random book off my shelf, and I'm loving it. I know I'm going to be picking up the sequel next month because this is really good. I love Anne. I think she's hilarious. I love her, like, her spunk and her, like, determination. I love her, like, innocence. I love her reactions to things in the City of Sin. I think it's really funny, and, like, really real. She's going through a lot trying to figure out what's going on with her life and her family, and it's gotta be overwhelming. I love the fact that she cries so much, because I cry at the drop of a hat. And I'm like, I get it. I understand. I feel you, girl. But anyway, I just want to give you a quick update for that. I'm hoping to maybe even finish this tonight. That might be nice, but I also have to do my writing for today. I work again in the morning, only 4 hours though, so that's nice. And then I'm gonna go get my disgusting nails looked after. And we're probably gonna go see Spider-Man tomorrow night, which is exciting. But yeah, again, just wanted to give you a quick update, and I will let you guys know what happens at the end of the night. You guys, I just finished Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody, and oh my god, was it good. I've been devouring this all day. I took a break to shower and go out for dinner with Tyler, but then I came right back to his place, and I picked it up again, and then I came home and I just finished it. I've read this entire book today, and I worked for 9 hours, which I think is insane. This book is amazing. I need the sequel, but I can't read it yet, and I just promised to not buy any books for the rest of the summer, so that was dumb. It was fantastic. It was so immersive. It was so, like, it had so many twists and turns, and it was just a pleasure to read, which is a fitting statement, I think, for the subject matter and the name of the setting. I thought it was incredible. I love the way that Anne and Levi's relationship, like, was explored. I love the way that their relationship changed. I love the way that Anne grew throughout the entire story and, like, came into herself quite a bit. we're gonna ruin our relationship on our 4th year anniversary.
It's gonna be great.
Yay.
What are we doing?
We're going to see Thomas Rhett. Yay!
Yay! So we just got back.
That's why you wanted my phone.
Yeah, that's why I wanted your phone. We went out today. We had a lot of fun. We went to the bookstore. Of course.
Got my babies.
Good 10 pounds of books right there. Loved carrying those.
Hey, you picked it.
Yes, we did.
You decided.
Yeah. And we went to go see yesterday.
It was so good. It had so many, so much Beatles, so much Ed Sheeran. It was great.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was awesome.
Yes,
Loved
it was.
it.
Yes, it was.
It was a good night.
Hello, you guys. Long time no talk. Today is actually August. It is August the 4th, I believe. It is a Sunday. It is the middle of the long weekend because I live in Canada, so this is the August long and it's beautiful. But I just realized, because I've been going through my footage for my July vlog, which was for Camp NaNoWRIMO and the JUNKIE book trials, and I realized I never finished it because I stopped filming over a week ago. Sorry about that. But I just wanted to come on here and quickly wrap it up / give you guys like a final thoughts kind of thing. I didn't finish either of the things that I was vlogging, so you know, I'm on brand. But I just wanted to go over what I read, at least the books that I have with me. So let me get them because I don't have them on me. Okay, so for the book JUNKIE Trials, I just wanted to clear up what I read. The first book that I finished for the book JUNKIE Trials was An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, which was one of my favorite books that I've read this year. It was fantastic. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely adored it. I talked about it a lot during this vlog, and I also talked about it during my July wrap-up. Or sorry, my, did I talk about it? No, I didn't. What am I talking about? I'm going to be filming my July wrap-up, so I'll talk about it much more during that. The second book that I finished, I actually used my scribe ability for this, which is where I changed out a book for my TBR. It was originally going to be Conjuring of Light, but I ended up reading Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. Best decision ever. This is one of my new favorite books of all time. I've been avoiding reading it for a long time. I don't know why, but I just wasn't really into it at the time. And I read it last month, and it was fantastic. I adored it so much. Again, I'll talk about it more in my wrap-up, but guys, read this book. Like, just read this book. I have the sequel, and I'm so excited to read it. But yeah, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. And the next book that I finished wasn't part of the Book Junkie Trials, and I don't have a copy of it because it was an ebook, but I read Monday Morning by Kathy Reichs, which was one of the, Temperance Brennan Bones books that I had on my phone. That was just like a just-in-case book that I always keep on my phone. I actually read one of the books I talked about in my June wrap-up, a recent reads video. I think it was Bones of Forever. This was the book that kind of started it. It was the 7th book, I think, in the entire series. And it kind of like had the beginning bit to the Bones of Forever book that I read last month. So I read them out of order, but I really enjoyed it. I also gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I really liked it. The next book that I read I also don't have with me because it's still at my cottage. I left like a suitcase full of books for my parents to bring home because they're driving home and I was flying. Long story, but it's not with me right now. But I read The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, and I gave that one a 4 out of 5 stars. I gave it a 4 because I loved the ending. All the way through the book, I just wasn't really vibing with it. It took a long time for me to get into it, and it kind of really put me in a bit of a slump, to be honest. I don't know why, I didn't enjoy it too much until I got to the end. I thought it took a long time to get to where it was going. I thought it had a lot of extra things that weren't necessarily important enough, kind of. I don't know, I was a little disappointed by it, but the ending was really great and I really enjoyed it, so it kind of redeemed it a little bit. It was hovering at like a 3 out of 5, but I bumped it up to a 4 because I enjoyed the ending so much. And then next, while I was at the cottage, I started reading The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I haven't finished this yet. I'm still kind of slowly making my way through it. Again, Final Empire kind of put me in a slump, so I wanted to kind of take a break from high fantasy, so since then I've actually read a few other books that I also really enjoyed, but this was just not one of them that I've finished quite yet. So I didn't end up reaching the Bookie Grail because I stopped reading from my TBR, but I did enjoy the rest of the reading that I did this month. Let me just consult my bullet journal so I can get an idea of what I read next, because I already forget. I know, shocking. Okay. So the next book that I read was another book that was on my phone, and I read it mostly at work, which is probably pretty bad. But I read The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Rae Carson. This was recommended by Reagan over at Peruse Project. I've heard her talk about this series quite a bit, and it was available through my library, so I picked it up. I adored this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I want to read the sequels really bad, but they weren't like, it didn't end on cliffhanger, so they're not things that I need to get to right now. So I'm gonna try and like wait a little bit and read a few sequels that like I really need to get to. But I adored it. I loved it so much. I loved Elisa as a main character. I love the fact that she was like very open and honest about her eating and her weight, and kind of really related to her quite a bit on that, in the sense that she kind of overate, and it had a lot, what she ate had a lot to do with her emotions. She was a very emotional eater, and it really affected the rest of her life, and I really like relate to that, so I enjoyed her right off the bat. I loved her love interest, both of them. Like, I think they were really interesting and like so different from each other. And I loved the magic. I love the idea of the godstones that she had, and like all the obviously very Spanish influences. I thought that was really interesting as well. It kind of made me feel like it was like almost a historical fiction, which was really cool. And yeah, I enjoyed it. And then the last book that I read in the month of July was Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This was a reread for me. I haven't read this since I was probably like 17 or 18. And I don't think I actually finished it the first time I read it, to be honest, because I didn't remember this ending. But this was a book that I used to really like. I read it like, I just picked it up one day because I was stuck at the mall for hours on a completely unrelated note, but I needed something to do, so I went to the bookstore, picked up a book, and I read it all in one sitting. and I adored it. I picked up the sequels so that I can finish the series finally. It's one of those series that I've been meaning to finish, but I really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. There were a few tropes that I just wasn't a huge fan of, and like some of the characters kind of bugged me, but I enjoyed the story overall. I liked the idea of the Seraphim and Chimera. I thought that was done really well, and the world was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. There were like certain scenes that I remember reading when I was younger that like stuck vividly in my head. Like the first fight between Akira and Karu when they were in Morocco specifically, that one like stuck with me for the last 7 years. 7 years. And a few other ones that just like the setting of Prague, especially now that I've been there, like I know what the Charles Bridge is. I've been there before. But I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I'm excited to read the sequels again. In terms of Camp Nano and my writing, that did not go as planned. So my goal for Camp Nano was to write 25,000 words in addition to what I already have on my work in progress, but I was in a huge writing slump this month. I did get quite a bit done while I was at my cottage. I took some shots of like the cottage itself and the lake and stuff like that, but I didn't get a lot of footage of me there just because I was there with my family and it seemed kind of out of place. I didn't really want to, but I did get quite a bit done. Over the course of the month, I wrote 10,983 words. So I got about, I don't know, like over a third, almost halfway through the goal, which I'm happy with. Like that's 10,000 words that I didn't have before. So my final count right now, let me find it for you. I have to open up Scrivener again, but my final count was 37,928 words. So I'm happy with that. I passed 30,000, I passed 35,000, so now I'm nearing 40,000 words, nearing halfway through, which is insane. And the story's been going well. I got like quite a few major scenes finished. I finished the scene where my main character is being introduced to her new world. I introduced a second point of view, which I probably shouldn't have done. Or not a second, sorry, a third point of view. I kind of realized there's a moment where my two main characters meet because one main character is moving to the other main character's area for reasons I'm not going to divulge, but I realized that I had no way then of like talking about the world she left behind, so I introduced a third point of view because this character is one of my favorites and I wanted to get inside his head, so I did it and I'm happy about it. But yeah, it's going quite well. I adore talking from this character's point of view. Like, I won't tell you his name, but I will tell you that he's named after a star, and he knows it. He's a bit of a dick, and I love him. But yeah, it's been going quite well. I think I need to do a bit more intense plotting and kind of fine-tune a little bit. I've gotten it plotted all the way up until like the 3rd act, so it's going quite well. But I need to work harder on like transitions, that kind of thing, like fluffier scenes. I do well with like writing intense scenes and sad scenes and like angry scenes, but and like description. I love describing this world, like seeing it come to life is really happy for me. But I need to get better at writing fluff, man, because I'm not very good at it. I don't know what to say, so gotta work on that. But yeah, overall this month I think was quite a success. I think I did get a lot done, despite not completing either of the things that I set out to do. The summers for me, especially lately, have been just so busy. I've been working full-time between 44 and 48 hours every single week, going on shift work, so I'm switching over every 2 weeks from day shift to afternoon shift, and I don't get a ton of sleep. I don't have a ton of extra time to do much, but I did manage to write over 10,000 words and read quite a few books, so I'm quite happy with that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please let me know in the comments below what your favorite part was, or if you have any advice or thoughts on the books that I read, that kind of thing. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it does support my channel. And please subscribe if you are new here. I put out new bookish and writing videos every Monday and Friday. And I hope you guys have a lovely day. Bye-bye.